Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs, and this is what if Naruto was left in the Leaf Village by his parents. We begin this what if with Naruto actually being born and being the twin of both. Not the twin, but the third child of Minato and Kushina, being triplets, obviously. Menma, Mito, and then Naruto. Naruto would be born as per normal, as in the end it would only be Naruto, the one that was kidnapped by Obito, who arrived to attack the Leaf Village by ripping the Nine Tails out of Kushina. Now, obviously, the story continues as per normal pretty much up until the sealing of the Nine Tails, as here Minato would have some plot armor, and obviously he would be able to seal the Nine Tails with a different kind of sealing, and even split the Nine Tails into parts. This sealing technique was very overpowered, but it would leave him bedridden for at least 2 weeks, which he would not mind to do as long as he saves the village and his family. He brings out Mito and Menma, leaving Naruto in the crib where he left all of them. Only Kushina was there. Kushina would receive a little bit of the Nine Tails, actually receiving just a tenth of the Nine Tails, and the rest actually going both into Menma and Mito. Now, Naruto would not receive any of the Nine Tails in this what if, and it would continue the story without him getting anything. Now, Naruto would be the normal one out of all of them, and the fourth Hokage would actually, after 2 weeks after the attack was over and everything, Minato would announce that the two children of prophecy and the ones that saved the village, the heroes of the Leaf Village, were Menma and Mito. Everyone would cheer for them, but this wasn't the end of the story. This wasn't just oh shit, we sealed the Nine Tails, we won. No. Menma and Mito would be the children of prophecy, and they needed training from the very get-go to master the Nine Tails chakra and become the strongest shinobi to have ever lived. Now, Minato knew that this could not be done in the Leaf Village, because this potentially could release the Nine Tails and destroy it again, which was not ideal for the Leaf Village until Jiraiya actually mentioned something. They could just go to the fire capital, and I am taking a little bit of inspiration from a Wattpad story that I read before, and props to them, as I don't remember which Wattpad it was, but I do remember that it was one that I read in year 10, and but I'm only taking inspiration of the very beginning, because I did like how the Wattpad began and how it was going into like chapter 2 and 3, but I really hated how it just kept developing. And anyways, I don't know, it was just not to my taste. So you could say this is like a remake of it, but it's kind of not at the same time. Anyways, now I actually found it. It's a story called The Abandoned Child Naruto fanfiction by Jude Likes to Write. Props to this brother. I don't follow him because I didn't like how he continued the wife, but yeah, well done, bro. But anyways, now, to be honest, he has a lot of readers, 1.8 million, and I'm probably like 10 of them. I did keep reading the story like back in the days, but now I just gave up. But anyways, now, obviously, Naruto would not be included in this plan of his, as Minato would go speak to the third Hokage about this, saying that he will be taking a little break for a few years from being the fourth Hokage. Hiruzen at the time actually being already in duty as the third Hokage, because Minato was actually off duty for a while because of the sealing and him not being able to actually do any ninja work. But now Minato should have returned, and he comes to him with this news. He tells him that he's going to take Menma and Mito with Kushina, and obviously Jiraiya and also Tsunade would be joining them to actually help them train and master the Nine Tails, as this is what the prophecy foretold, as Hiruzen, who was there with his secretary, and his secretary in this wife being Orochimaru, would absolutely scream at them. The both of them would say this is a stupid idea, and Kushina also holding the two other kids. Kushina would be holding Mito, whereas Minato would be holding Menma, and Naruto would be left on top of the desk, as no one would be holding him. Orochimaru would say that this is truly unbecoming of the fourth Hokage. First of all, you're meant to be looking after the whole village as your family, but you can't even take care of your own child. What kind of Hokage are you? You're a disgrace to all Kages. Obviously, a bit of hatred coming out of Orochimaru, because he did kind of want to be the fourth Hokage, and in this way, Orochimaru does not do any experimentations or anything, and he won't be. But anyways, now Minato would glare at him, saying, "Look, at least I was able to become Hokage, unlike someone here." Obviously, Orochimaru just glared back, whereas Jiraiya said would come in saying that this is the only way they can do this, because training with the Nine Toes would be extremely dangerous for any village, and they can't risk the destruction of the village again. And in the Fire Capital, there are many big places where they could train, even bigger training grounds than the ones in Konoha, and there's gonna be 4 elite ninjas, all on Kage level. Maybe not Kushina, but you could make the argument, but we don't know much. But anyways, I'm not going to say she's Kage level without any basis or proof behind it and look like a dimwit. But anyways, now Tsunade also drops in by saying that it's better for them to go there and train outside the village so nothing happens, and obviously because all 4 of them are there, it's going to be easier for them to grow and train and become stronger, and the strongest ever, to be honest. Orochimaru would then throw a kunai next to her head, obviously startling her, getting pissed off, saying, "Just leave already." Obviously, Orochimaru knows how it feels to grow up without parents, and Naruto was gonna have to go through the same thing as he did. Obviously, we don't know about Jiraiya's parents or Tsunade's parents, but we know that Orochimaru lost his parents at a young age, and this Naruto was about to go through the same thing that he did, and it really hurt him more than it did Naruto, as Naruto doesn't even know what's going on, as he's just looking around the room. Now, Minato would be on guard, realizing that this could turn into an altercation right now, and he gives Menma to Kushina as he brings out a kunai, but then the 3rd Hokage would actually tell them to just get out. They understand, just go. Obviously, as they leave, Minato would look back one more time at his basically father figure, the 3rd Hokage. The 3rd Hokage just looked at Naruto, and then once he looked at Minato, would just give him a glare, which actually hurt Minato a lot, and he made him think, am I making the right choice? Obviously, he wasn't, as once they left, everyone in the village was told that the 4th Hokage would return with the children of prophecy once they they are of age of becoming Genins. And obviously everyone was like, what the hell, why is he leaving us? But obviously Minato would tell them that it's to fulfill the prophecy given by the Toads, and bring forth the children of prophecy and make them stronger to protect the leaf and the whole shinobi world. As then they would cheer, as obviously they thought that the 4th Hokage was always right. Anyways, it's been a few months since Minato and Kushina, obviously the 4th Hokage has left, and Naruto was growing up pretty well. Orochimaru was taking care of Naruto at the time, pretty much like a father to him. But Orochimaru would also be living with the 3rd Hokage right now, because he knew that taking care of a child on his own is going to be very hard, and the 3rd Hokage would help out here and there, giving him tips on how to be a good father. Pretty much, Naruto was the son of Orochimaru, the son that he's never had. Anyways, now Orochimaru knew that once Naruto is gonna get older, he's going to train him so much that even Jinchuriki wouldn't be able to stand a chance against him. There's plenty of ninjas out there who are Kage level, or who are Biju level in fact, and Naruto will be above all of them. He can take on Jinchuriki, perfect Jinchurikis on his own, and he knows exactly how. One day, when Naruto actually becomes 4 years old, he tells him that from now on he's going to start his training. Naruto would be ecstatic about this. He's never really trained before, all he's done, he's gone to the park and played with his friends. But he knew that they've trained as well. They started training too. Naruto and Orochimaru would begin their training, as Naruto would show that he's basically a bigger prodigy than both him and Minato. Orochimaru was always a prodigy, but Naruto seemed as if like he was on a whole different level, on a whole different league of his own. Naruto would easily be able to surpass anyone his age. In fact, he's already gaining level at the age of 4. Within a few weeks, Naruto has reached a level that kids take 4 years to achieve. Now, this was an interesting turn of events. It seemed as if Naruto had taken all the smarts and all the potential from his parents and turned it into his own. His parents have basically abandoned him, and Orochimaru made the choice of adopting Naruto from the very get-go, and pretty much he's legally his parent right now, as his 2 parents leaving him meant that he was actually disowned, and the third Hokage would agree to this and also sign the papers, meaning Naruto was officially, legally Orochimaru's son. Anyways, now Orochimaru would teach Naruto the snake summoning jutsu. Naruto had immense amount of chakras, being both his Uzumaki and Namikaze. Obviously, the Namikaze clan we don't know much about, but Minato had an immense amount of chakra compared to a normal person. Thus, Naruto, basically got even more. And anyway, now Naruto summoned a small snake at first, realizing that he won't be able to summon, Manda or anything like that until until he's older. He knew that Naruto would have to deal with this one for now. Anyways, Naruto and the small snake basically hit it off and became best of friends, as the snake wouldn't even go back to his home. It would always remain with Naruto at all times. What they didn't know though, the small snake, the only thing about this snake was that this was actually Aoda, the one that Sasuke summoned after Amanda died. And I'm gonna make that Aoda basically Amanda's son, like Gamakichi was with Gamabunta and that. But anyways, now Naruto would be the new snake summoning contractor, or basically the new snake summoner. And anyways, now we will have a time skip of 2 years. Naruto is now 6 years old, and he's already mastered all 5 chakra releases. His potential was unparalleled. He was a prodigy amongst prodigies, maybe the prodigy of prodigies. But anyways, now Naruto seemed as if he was going to become even stronger than the first Hokage, potentially even as strong as the Sage of 6 Paths. The route Naruto was taking was different from others. He wasn't aiming for a goal. Naruto just said that he doesn't really have a goal. He just wants to be strong, and he wants to be able to protect people. His goal was not yet found. Naruto really didn't know what he wanted to be in the future. Does he want to be Hokage? No. He knows about his story. He hates the position of Hokage, although he loves the third, and he does admire the first and second. He really hates the fourth, which basically put him off wanting to be the Hokage. Naruto didn't know what to do. He was at a standstill with his own, desires. Naruto wants to be the strongest, but the strongest is usually the Hokage, isn't it? And then Orochimaru would actually tell him, you don't need to be a Kage to be the strongest, and the Kage is never the strongest. There's always people who are stronger than the Kage. For example, your father was stronger than, although your father was the fourth Hokage, I'm pretty sure Sarutobi Sensei was stronger than him in his prime, and Naruto would be confused. But anyways, he would play this off and realize that it's not time for him to choose anything yet. He's only 6. Naruto's quite smart for a 6-year-old. He's already developed his mind beyond what an adult would have. Naruto would think like a Kage already at the age of 6, even younger than Itachi. But anyways, Naruto would one day be training in a forest and actually bump into someone who was training as well. This person would actually be Shisui. Shisui would be training in the forest just like Naruto was, and he would introduce himself as Shisui Uchiha. Naruto knew about Shisui. He's heard of the stories, and he would he would smile brightly, saying that he's always wanted to meet him. And Shisui just blushes, saying that, yo, relax, you're boosting my ego too much. But anyways, now eventually Naruto and Shisui begin training together, and Shisui showed Naruto that although he might be one of the most prodigious people in the village, he's still not the strongest. Look, Shisui can use the body flicker to an extent where he scares off people just by his speed. The body flicker is a very low ranked jutsu, yet Shisui made it into something that people fear the most. Now, obviously, Naruto wanted to learn the body flicker just like Shisui had it. But anyways, now, one day Naruto would be running through the Uchiha compound. He would have befriended Itachi as well by this time, as he would be going towards Shisui's home. He didn't know Shisui was actually out of the village right now, on a mission with Itachi. And anyways, Naruto would knock on the door, to then see another person open the door. Someone that looked similar to his age. She was actually Shisui's younger sister. She would ask who this is, and Naruto says that he's actually here to see Shisui. Obviously, she would invite him in and say that Shisui is actually out on a mission right now. And Naruto would ask where their parents, and she says that they've actually been killed in action. Naruto would look down and apologize, give his condolences, not say sorry, but he would apologize for even asking. It was inconsiderate. She says there's no point of apologizing. It's too late and you didn't know, so it's not really your fault. That she would smile at him, realizing that she was kind of like him. The two would become friends instantly. Shisui would actually see on the day he came back 2 days later, that Naruto was actually training with Tsuki. Tsuki would actually be strong, very strong. She was already on her 2-to-1 Sharingan at the age of 6, and Naruto was actually having a hard time keeping up with her. She was on a different level. Obviously, Naruto wasn't really going all out. If he really was, he could have really beat her down to the ground instantly. But he knew that she was actually very strong. She could basically use the interceptor style, taijutsu style. Well, anyways, now Naruto would realize that the Sharingan is something to be feared of. He can see the power behind it. If a 6-year-old is this strong and can basically tell his movements before he even makes them, obviously that's quite dangerous and scary to him. He realizes that he wants to learn this, but then Shisui would actually cut in saying, well, you need to have a Sharingan. Naruto would then be bummed out, realizing that he doesn't have a Sharingan, and he asks, is there a way for him to obtain the Sharingan even if he's not an Uchiha? Shisui then says not really. Only an Uchiha can unlock the Sharingan. No one outside the Uchiha clan can, unless you've been given a Sharingan by someone from the Uchiha clan, or even worse, you've stolen one from a dead body. Naruto would look down, saying that he'd never do that. And obviously Shisui pats his head, saying that he knows, and Naruto would then actually leave for his home later that evening. 2 years would pass, and Naruto would be training with Tsuki a lot, and Orochimaru would see Naruto's growth. Naruto training with someone else his age actually showed him that Naruto grows much faster with other people around him, not just himself training Naruto, but other people that could be rivals to Naruto help him grow, and thus he actually lets Naruto just go around and make friends and meet people that he could be training partners with. He realizes that Naruto needs people like this in his life. He needs to be a bit more like Jiraiya than himself, because he was more secluded. He never really tried to make other friends after the three of them. But Naruto should try and make as many friends, as these friends will be lifelong friends. The friends that you make at a young age are always the purest kind of friends. There's no ulterior motives behind your friendship. You just want to be friends because you do. And anyways, now obviously Orochimaru would tell the Hokage how Naruto's growing. Naruto's already Chunin level at the age of 8. It's quite impressive. Although Naruto can do better, he can be stronger if he spent all his time training. The Hokage would say, well, I expected you to make him spend all his time training. After all, you are his father. And Orochimaru actually sits down and talks with the Hokage, telling him how he's grown as a person just by teaching Naruto and taking care of Naruto. He tells him, being a father has changed me. It's no longer about me. Before, when I was a child, when I lost my parents, I never really tried making new friends. I always thought that making friends would just hurt you more, as when you lost them, it would be another painful experience. And the Hokage would nod and ask him, "So what do you think now?" And he says, "I want Naruto to make as many friends as he possibly can right now, as these kind of friends are the friends that he will be with for the rest of his life. The purest kind of friends. When you're a child, you make the pure friendships that you can't. You make pure friendships that you can't when you're older. Naruto has made many friends, and I'm glad for this. As when he's older, the friends that there's no chance of making friends without ulterior motives. The Hokage understands that this is how a shinobi lives. They can't really make many new friends, as most of the times they turn out to be enemies, or there's ulterior motives behind their actions. Obviously, now Naruto has made the real friends, and he hopes that these friends will remain with him for the rest of his life. And anyways, now Naruto didn't make too many friends. Obviously, he was friends with Shikamaru, Choji, and Tsuki mainly. Those were his main three friends. But anyways, Naruto would actually want to join the academy, although he's already stronger and knows all the things that he would be taught in the academy. Naruto still wants to join, as he wants to spend time with his friends. Orochimaru, although he was a bit against Naruto joining the academy, realizing that it would just hinder his performance or his growth, he would allow it. Realizing that this is Naruto's life, and if this is what he wants to do, he's all for it. He would allow Naruto to do it. Thus, he lets Naruto join the academy, but on one condition. Naruto would continue his training, and by the end of the academy, he should be Jonin level. Naruto then promises Orochimaru that he will be one day. And anyways, the coup would actually never happen. However, Shisui's death would still occur. And this is the turning point here. Shisui would also obviously be found by Itachi, but he would ask Itachi to take him to his home. His home wasn't too far from where they were, as Itachi would body flicker with Shisui to his home, realizing that it wasn't just Tsuki in the house, but also Naruto. Naruto would also be friends with Sasuke, by the way, but not the closest of friends, but in the academy they were really good friends. Eventually, once they got to know each other more, obviously he was acquainted with Itachi, and he was low-key friends with him as well. But anyways, now Shisui would tell Tsuki to come closer, realizing that this might be the last time, or this will be the last time they'll see each other. Tsuki, realizing everything, she would actually cry, but these tears were not normal tears. They were tears of blood, as she would open her eyes, and Shisui would chuckle, realizing that she unlocked the Mangekyo as well. He tells her, "Take my eyes and use them to the best of your abilities. Unlock the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan so you never lose your way in life. You never lose the light in your eyes. You never lose sight of your goals." Obviously, he basically meant, don't become blind. Use my eyes, please. Tsuki would actually know about the Mangekyo Sharingan and eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, as Shisui would have explained it to her, realizing that this was the only way. She actually took the eyes, as Shisui put them in a jar for her, those little eyeball jars, those ones, and no one really knew about her unlocking the Mangekyo or getting Shisui's eyes. Unfortunately for Danzo, although he poisoned Shisui, he wasn't able to take the eyes off of him, as Shisui was more alert on that day than in the original, how he lost his eye. That was just bullshit, I can't lie. Don't get me wrong, but Danzo should not got his eye. In my opinion, that was just bullshit, and just for plot armor, and just for the plot to continue. But anyways, now obviously Naruto would be there as well, as he would cry, and because Shisui was like an older brother to him as well. But then Shisui would tell Tsuki, bring her closer, realizing that Naruto has always wanted to be like an Uchiha, or have the eyes of an Uchiha, not in a greedy way, not a power hungry way, but wanted to be more like them and be as strong as them, as he admired Uchihas. And he would tell Tsuki, your eyes will go to waste. You can destroy one, or you can give both to Naruto, as he always wanted to be similar to us. Maybe you giving it to him might help him in the future. Tsuki already knew that she was going to give her old eyes to. And anyways, now Naruto would basically received the eyes of Tsuki once she actually transplanted them, and she actually went to Orochimaru. Orochimaru actually did it for her, as Naruto said that the most trustworthy person that he knows that could do this is probably his dad. And obviously Orochimaru understands what's happened, and he would alert the third Hokage about Danzo doing this. Orochimaru telling this to Hiruzen would realize, and he would basically imprison Danzo for the rest of eternity, for as long as he knows he could. But anyways, for the rest of his life. But anyways, now Tsuki would basically unlock her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan at a very young age, at the age of 8, whereas Naruto would actually be given her eyes. Obviously, Naruto knowing Kakashi, by the way, I didn't mention this yet, but Kakashi at this point had lost all respect for his sensei, and just decided to not follow him, as Minato did ask, but Kakashi could not. He was like, no. A good father would not leave one of his children behind over two, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter if a prophecy could save or destroy this world. He does not care. He would never leave his child behind like this. Even his dad didn't leave him until, all that, but you get me. But anyways, so Kakashi actually knew Naruto and actually trained Naruto a few times, but he could not teach Naruto the Chidori. Although Naruto tried and he was close, he could never. Naruto asks Orochimaru if his eyes will always and forever be turned on as a Sharingan, and Orochimaru says potentially, but I might have a way of basically changing your genetics, but obviously I've never tested it out and I don't want to test it out on you. Naruto says that he's willing to do it, so basically Orochimaru's testing abilities basically come into fruition. All his dark dreams come to fruition as Naruto allows him to test on his eyes, taking them off and giving him Tsuki's eyes. But anyways, now when Naruto would wake up, he would actually wake up with dark onyx eyes instead of his normal blue eyes, which was very surprising to everyone. It seemed as if Naruto changed quite a bit, although something else changes as well. Naruto's hair for some reason is white, and Orochimaru does not understand what happened there, and it's like it might be a side effect of changing your genetics. I'm not sure. But right now you're both an Uchiha, an Uzumaki, and Namikaze, and yeah, pretty much I don't think your hair could handle it. Basically Naruto's hair turned white, but he didn't really care about the new look. And anyways, he would tell Kakashi that he's finally mastered the Chidori, which would be a few months later, as Kakashi already found out that Naruto has the Sharingan now. He would pat Naruto on the head, saying that maybe he could even teach him the Rasengan, and maybe he could create a Rasengan that actually could use or harness the power of lightning into it, as he failed. But Naruto is a much better prodigy than he is. Thus he teaches Naruto the Rasengan. Naruto's new teacher is now Kakashi, as Naruto has learned everything from Orochimaru, even some very strong jutsus, for example some forbidden ones, but I'm just joking. Orochimaru has no forbidden jutsus in this what if, although he knows about them. He's already studied a few of them thanks to the Hokage giving him permission to study them, but not try them out on any people, especially the most forbidden one, the reanimation jutsu, as Orochimaru actually has morals here. And anywho, he does, however, learn about the Flying Raijin and how he works, because for some reason it was in there, but this was actually the second Hokage's version, not the fourth Hokage's version, which was a bit worse, but at the same time it will still work out for Naruto. He still wants to give this jutsu to Naruto, and the whole third Hokage was all for it, because not only is it kind of his original father's jutsu, but that wasn't the reason. It's because his sensei's jutsu, his own sensei's jutsu, could be used by his grandson, pretty much. Yes, Naruto is basically the third Hokage's grandson at this point. And anyway, now Naruto would actually master the Rasengan within a day because of his Sharingan, and also being able to having perfect chakra control thanks to Orochimaru's training. And anyway, now Naruto would start adding lightning release to it. However, it wouldn't really work out at first, as the Rasengan seemed a lot stronger, but when Naruto realized that he couldn't control this yet, and he tells Kakashi that he will be able to control it by the end of his academy days. And also Kakashi does mention to him that Naruto's main chakra release, or his most native one, not native one, but his first ever one, was wind release. So maybe they should try that out first and try master a wind release Rasengan, and then go on to master a lightning release one. Naruto basically says, yeah, that's fine, and he basically just puts his basically just throws his arm forward, and the Rasengan seemed as if it was flying. Obviously, Kakashi dodged the Rasengan, and you would look at the Rasengan disappearing, and Naruto says, is that what happens when you throw the Rasengan? And Kakashi's like, I thought that if you try to throw it, it just disappears straight away because you're not holding onto it and controlling the chakra anymore. Both of them were very baffled until they saw a tree actually, receiving the damage that the Rasengan should be doing, but on a scale that they've never seen before. He seemed much stronger, and Kakashi, when he went near it, he could actually feel the presence of lightning release and chakra on it, and they realized that Naruto has actually created something incredible. He created something that even Kakashi and Minato couldn't do, and even Jiraiya. Obviously, Naruto created a vanishing Rasengan like Boruto without realizing, but this time Boruto didn't throw it. Boruto threw it out of frustration, not being able to do a Rasengan, not realizing that he added the chakra release unconsciously. Naruto consciously added his chakra release to it, but he didn't realize that it worked because he seemed quite similar to it, although it was kind of floating in his hand. If he thought it was just a side effect of adding it. But anyways, now they've realized that Naruto has already mastered the chakra release. A chakra release change onto the Rasengan, and they've now they now actually go on to using wind release. Naruto creates the violently spinning Rasengan, the one that he used in the War arc, and also the Rasen Shuriken is in the process of being created. However, Naruto is still too young to actually create such a massive Rasengan, as Naruto and Kakashi actually thought about this, and they realized that this Rasengan must be very big, but they can't just create a small Rasen Shuriken or a medium-sized one. They want to make this a very powerful jutsu, and the two actually basically just were geeking out on creating a new jutsu. But anyways, now Naruto would hold off on creating such a dangerous jutsu until he's basically Chunin or maybe even a Jonin, and Kakashi understands, as Naruto would then go on to learn the Flying Raijin, as Orochimaru would actually come and help him out with Kakashi, and Naruto has already learned the Flying Raijin. Obviously, this would take him an extra 3 years, which would take him all the way until he's basically graduating. Obviously, we also learned that Tsuki has basically mastered her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities. Her Mangekyo Sharingan abilities were actually different to Shisui's. Obviously, everyone has different ones, and her ones were a bit overpowered. And just how Itachi has the Amaterasu, and obviously Sasuke has the Amaterasu and being able to control it, Tsuki, not only does she have the Koto Matsukami, which came from Shisui's eyes, but obviously her Susanoo on top of that as well. But she's also, her Koto Matsukami has this slower cooldown. It's not 10 years, it's about a few months, about 4 months each use, but which is an exponential decrease from the 10 years. Like, that's crazy. 10 years is 112 months, like, and she's doing it in 4. If we do the maths, that's crazy. Her one is 30 times faster. But anyways, now Naruto and Tsuki would have the abilities to actually teleport like Sasuke's Rinnegan. She could actually do it, but to a smaller scale. It would drain more chakra first of all, and it would have a longer cooldown. She can't like spam it because the chakra, she could spam it and run out of chakra, but it was a very useful ability on her right eye, whereas her left eye gave her the ability of basically, whereas her left eye would actually be a very, very overpowered jutsu, which would basically being able to copy anything, not just like the normal Sharingan, but this would be to a scale of any Kekkei Genkai, any chakra release, change of chakra nature, anything, literally. She could use this, and basically the cooldown would actually be 24 hours. So once she actually copies one, she would then be able to copy another one for an extra 24 hours. So if in a battle this guy has like 3 chakra or like 3 Kekkei Genkais or something, or she's fighting 3 people with 3 Kekkei Genkais, she can't really copy all of them. She can copy one of them, and let's be honest, in 24 hours they'll probably be dead and she can't copy them anymore. But anyways, now, however, the only the upside of that cooldown is that she gets to keep that ability forever, and these are her base Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, which in turn would mean Naruto has them too. Naruto's Susanoo, although it's not the same color as Tsuki's, because Tsuki obviously her one would actually be a light, it would be similar to Sasuke's one, but it would be a lighter shade of purple. So basically pink. Yeah, pink, a pink Susanoo, but not literally pink. Shit, I don't know, a lighter color than purple, like violet or something. Or is that the same? Oh wait, shit. And you know what? She has a blue she has a blue Susanoo, and Naruto has a yellow one. We all know why. We could give him an orange one, but anyways, now I'll give him a yellow one. But anyways, Naruto cannot manifest the perfect Susanoo, a perfect Susanoo like Tsuki. However, he does have the armored Susanoo, and this does not affect his vision, by the way. Although it seems like he's an actual Uchiha, it's only the fact that his eyes change, or any like his eyes change. But he's still like Kakashi, where he doesn't really feel the effects of the Mangekyo Sharingan taking his vision away. It's as if it's an immunity. But anyways, now the Susanoo would be yellow, which would be Naruto's original hair color, but here Naruto has white hair because of the side effects of the genetical engineering that he went through. But anyway, now Naruto would be very overpowered, and this would be seen throughout the whole, the series as we continue the story. Obviously, oh shit, sorry, that was my AirPods. But anyways, now obviously now Naruto and Tsuki would actually be graduating with the rest of their friends. Sasuke would have actually had the 3-to-1 Sharingan here, as his father would be training him much harder. And anyways, now his best friend would actually be Naruto, just like in the original. Naruto and Tsuki were more like, they're closer than best friends. You get me? They were like, dating and everything. But anyways, now I don't want to get into that, because that's like two 12-year-olds dating right now. So like, we'll wait for them to become 16, like time skipping that, like 18 and that. Not now. But anyways, now obviously Naruto would be best of friends with Sasuke, as the two would have got really close, and Tsuki would also be living with Naruto and Orochimaru by now, because of obviously her not wanting to remain on her own anymore. But anyways, now Naruto would be happy with this. Orochimaru wouldn't mind, and Tsuki would be more than glad that she actually has people to be around. And anyways, now Naruto would be graduating today, and he would actually be, by the way, Naruto and Iruka would be very close, as Iruka always thought Naruto was always looked at Naruto like he was his little brother, as Naruto always used to still pull his little pranks and everything. He was the joker of the class, but at the same time he was very smart, and everyone knew about it. But Naruto would always try to get lower scores in the class, as he didn't care really. But anyways, now Shikamaru, basically the Rookie 9 would be the same as per normal, just that here Tsuki is part of the team as well. Obviously Team 7 would be created as per normal. And anywho, obviously now Naruto and Team 7 with Tsuki as well would be very overpowered. Two Uchihas, one that has a sharp, and an extra person, or the son of the fourth, that has a lot of broken abilities, and Sakura would be left out, as everyone else in her team was very powerful, but they were all friends. Although Sakura liked Sasuke, she also did see Naruto as a potential love interest, but obviously she knew that Naruto was already taken. And anyways, now Team 7 would still have to do the bell test, and here Naruto knew that of course him, Sasuke and Tsuki would have perfect synergy, but he knew that they need to build a bond, a team bond with the Sakura as well. So Naruto tells Sakura that she will be the main winner here. Obviously there's 3 bells and there's 4 of them, and the test is about teamwork. He basically tells them straight up, and they all knew except for Sakura, and Naruto says that she's gonna have to take the bells while they are decoys. And anyways, Sakura was a bit, she was nervous, because she knew that she wasn't as strong as them. They were all prodigies, whereas she was just a normal civilian. She was just becoming a shinobi, and Naruto just gives her motivation, saying that she needs to be the one to take the bells, because obviously if they do it, it's not really fair, and obviously they want to build a bond between each other. And basically Naruto wants to build trust between everyone in the team, especially Sakura, because Sakura probably, she has low self-esteem here because of everyone being so strong and prodigious unlike her. But Naruto tells her that she can be strong as them, even stronger than them if she really wanted to. There's plenty of shinobi that don't have amazing Kekkei that become strong. For example, the third Hokage, he never had a Sharingan, he still became the Hokage. He was still considered the god of shinobi when in his prime. and Sakura understands the mission, as Naruto would then teleport behind Kakashi, as Kakashi knows that Naruto could do that. He was already on high alert with the Sharingan out, as Naruto is a dangerous opponent. Naruto is already Jonin level in his opinion, and he has the Rasen Shuriken by now. Yes, Naruto and Kakashi have trained on it, and Kakashi, with Naruto's help, has mastered the, well, vanishing Rasengan. Although he can't do the Rasen Shuriken because that's too much chakra and it would hurt him too much because of the damage he causes to its user as well. Obviously, it's a double-edged sword. Obviously, Naruto receives the damage as well, but thanks to Orochimaru teaching him, Naruto actually has a self-healing ability which he learned, and it's basically him reproducing his cells at a faster pace. It's literally the first Hokage's ability, but a bit on aids because Naruto has a lot of chakra, a lot more chakra than the first Hokage in this way. Yes, I'm giving him more chakra than the first Hokage, which is that's a lot of chakra, because it's implied that Hashirama has more chakra than KCM2 Naruto in his prime, because he says Naruto has nearly as much chakra as me when I was alive in the War Arc, and that's a massive statement. Naruto with KCM2 has pretty much infinite chakra, if I'm being serious, unless you're fighting someone like Madara, obviously, but that's a different scenario. But like against normal people, that's infinite chakra. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, now obviously Naruto cannot utilize all of that chakra to its fullest of ability, to its fullest as of right now. But anyways, now Naruto would pull out his katana, which he would infuse with the wind release and pretty much make it much stronger, which Kakashi knows Naruto can do, and he was actually able to counter it with, with his own kunai using wind release as well. But anyways, now Kakashi and Naruto would get into a little bit of a fight, and both of them seemed as if they were equals right now. However, Kakashi would pull out a fireball jutsu, which would make Naruto jump up in the air, and then all of a sudden Kakashi was already behind him, kicking him right in his spine, putting him to the ground. Obviously Naruto would turn into a clone. Yep, that was a clone. And then all of a sudden 3 fireball jutsus would be flying towards Kakashi, and those were not normal fireball jutsus, those were massive ones, all from Sasuke, as Kakashi would then create a water dragon jutsu. Yep, a water dragon jutsu to counter those 3, and the steam created by it would be an advantage to Kakashi if he was only a Sharingan user. All of a sudden 7 Sharingan eyes would open up, 3 of them being one of them being from Kakashi, and 6 of them being from 4 of them being for 2 Uchihas, and Naruto having his own pair. Now a fight would ensue with Kakashi actually having to deal with 3 of them. He would easily be able to deal with Sasuke, although Sasuke was very strong, already high Trinity in his opinion. 3 to 1 Sharingan is actually pretty strong, and there were 2 other Jonin level shinobi right there fighting against him. Both Naruto and Tsuki were strong enough to actually keep Kakashi occupied and keep all his attention on them, and all of a sudden Naruto would actually create a little bit of he would actually create a Rasengan in his hand and add wind release to it. All of a sudden all the mist would actually swirl around Naruto, and Naruto would charge at Kakashi. The other 2 Uchihas would do a fireball jutsu side by side, creating 2 massive ones next to Naruto, as Naruto would be in between them. The 2 fireball jutsus would actually fly past Naruto. Anyways, now Naruto would see the 2 fireball jutsus actually exploding, as Kakashi would actually use his own fireball jutsu to counter them, and he would be able to counter them easily. Sorry about that, I can't really control what people do outside. Anyways, now Naruto would see the 2 fireball jutsus exploding, and his wind release Rasengan would actually be able to land on Kakashi, as Kakashi did not see Naruto teleport next to him. And yes, Kakashi would actually be blown away. Naruto made sure not to infuse too much wind release into it, so it would not actually hurt Kakashi too badly. But anyways, now Kakashi was able to actually create a chakra barrier around the place where Naruto actually attacked him. Yes, this is something that Kakashi actually developed with Naruto. And anyways, the chakra barrier would actually would have protected him from taking any serious damage, any like cellular level damage, but it still hurt. But all of a sudden, Kakashi realized that the bells already disappeared, and Sakura was standing in front of him with the 3 bells jiggling in her hands. Obviously, Naruto, Tsuki, and Sasuke would arrive next to her and all congratulate Sakura on actually being able to take the bells in the mist. Kakashi realized that the bells were taken away a long time ago, even when the mist actually first appeared, and he didn't even realize because of the amount of attention he was paying to the other 3. That was amazing, and he smiled underneath his mask, saying that he's finally found a team that is actually worthy, basically a team that would go far. The 4 of them seemed as if their teamwork was absolutely impeccable. All of them trusted each other so much, and this made Kakashi happy. Now, Kakashi tells them that he'll treat all of them to ramen, as Naruto was actually quite happy about this, as ramen is his favorite food, although he's not able to have as much as he did in the original because of Orochimaru being his father. Orochimaru at the time would actually be outside of the village on a recon mission on the Akatsuki, a threat that is actually been found, and they know that it's pretty dangerous to let them roam around for free. And anyways, now I say for free, but roam around freely, as they don't know their exact motives or anything. Now, Naruto was with Kakashi and everyone else, as they hear commotion outside, as everyone was running towards the gates. Naruto and the rest would have actually finished their ramen and were about to head off on their own until they realized, until they thought, let's go check out. Maybe something important is happening. As the 5 of them would go there, they would realize that a carriage from the Land of Fire would have arrived, and the carriage obviously held the very important people. The carriage would then continue all the way to the Hokage's office, the Hokage Tower, as Naruto and Team 7 would actually be on top of a building opposite the Hokage Tower, and they would all be watching who comes out of it. Whoever came out of it seemed very important, but it was about 6 people that came out of the carriage. A man with long white hair, a woman with long blonde hair, which were both the 2 Sannin that Naruto actually recognized, and this made his heart drop, realizing who the next few people came out of were. The 4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze, would step out with his 2 children, Menma and Mito, both of them having red hair, whereas then Kushina would step out. Naruto, everyone would realize who these people were, as they all would look at Naruto. Naruto's eyes would not have changed at all, as he had no feelings for these people. He did not want to meet them. He doesn't want to meet them. And anyways, now, although he does want to understand what's going on, he would teleport all of them to the Hokage. The Hokage would realize that Naruto has already found out, and he would apologize to Naruto for not telling him beforehand that they would be arriving today. Naruto says there's no point of apologizing, I don't care. But anyways, now, the 6 of them would walk in, as they would see Kakashi with his new team. All of them, Minato would be very excited to see Kakashi, as he would say, Kakashi, you finally got a team, just like when you were a Genin and I was your sensei. Obviously, Kakashi would just scoff, saying, yeah, but I hope I don't become someone like you, that's for sure. Obviously, he actually does not respect his sensei anymore after what he done to Naruto, and Minato would look down and apologize for saying such a bad example to him, and he hopes that he can forgive him. Kakashi just scoffs and says, you should hope your own son forgives you. Obviously, they would look around, they saw someone that looked a bit like Naruto, or a bit like Minato, but it's not like he was their son. He doesn't have blue eyes, he doesn't have the blonde hair. Thus, they just ignore him and see that there were 2 Uchihas in there, and they would actually greet the 2 Uchihas. Menma and Mito would actually be looking around the office and would actually set their eyes up on Naruto. They would have that little connection between the 3 siblings, and the 2 always thought that Naruto was just not special enough like them. That's why he wasn't picked to go with them. And anyways, they just say, where's our other brother? Where's our little brother? I want to see how he turned out. I bet he's all weak. Obviously, that was what Menma said, as Mito would actually laugh, saying that it's most likely that he is weak. He wasn't trained like us. He wasn't special enough. Obviously, Naruto was not angry at this. However, everyone else that actually loved Naruto was very pissed off at this. The third Hokage was obviously, but he couldn't show it, as he's meant to be the Hokage. He's meant to be a wise old man that is not meant to get very angry at little children. And however, Kakashi would actually, would be very pissed off under his mask, actually biting his lip right now, not to shout and tell them off, as Naruto's like a little brother to him at this point. Sasuke would then, actually say, Naruto's much stronger than you two are. You two seem weaker than me. Obviously, Sasuke doesn't have that, that needing to be stronger complex. He actually accepts the fact that he's not the strongest, and he also, mostly because he didn't lose his parents, and Itachi didn't tell him that he's too weak and everything and traumatize him. But anyways, now Naruto would then look down, saying that it's time to go, guys. There's no point in remaining here. But no one listened to him, as Tsuki would begin screaming at them, actually throwing a kunai at them. The two of them would easily be able to deflect it, as Naruto would say, Tsuki, this is not a place where you could fight. This is a sacred place. Do you not understand? This is the Hokage's office. The Anbu are already ready to kill you right now. As he notices the Anbu that just did not realize that Naruto actually knew about their presence already. Minato and Kushina were actually surprised that a kid actually felt the Anbu in the room. Even their two children didn't know about it, and the two of them were looking around trying to find the Anbu. The Anbu were hidden really well, and their presence was hidden, but Naruto knew about it. Naruto could feel them, and he knew exactly where they were. And anyways, Naruto then looked at his two parents, and Jiraiya and Tsunade. Tsunade would say, "Hey kid, are you like Kakashi's little brother or something? Like, you got white hair?" And Naruto would just disappear, as he would disappear in a flash of white with his team. Kakashi would remain there, as he would like to listen to the conversation. The Hokage allowed it. And anyways, Minato would ask the Hokage how he was, as there was a little bit of commotion. Naruto didn't really want to meet them, although once he did meet them, he realized that he truly didn't care. He didn't feel anything when he saw them, he didn't feel anything when he left them, and he's never really felt anything for them throughout his whole life. He knew about their existence, but ever since he was small, he never really wanted to meet them. If they left him, it means that they didn't want him, and he doesn't want them. So now he won't change that. He knows his father's coming back in a few days, and he needs to start his ninja life. The Team 7 would go their separate ways, as Tsuki and Naruto would be going together home. Obviously, Tsuki would be, just complaining about them, saying, how could they say that you're so weak when they don't even know you? They just left you like that. And Naruto just smiles, saying that, he's glad that he has someone like her in his life, someone that is ready to fight someone for him, although, they didn't ask them to, someone that actually respects him. Naruto seemed a bit sad that, he would be, treated like that. Although they don't even know him, Naruto would never treat them like they did him. And Tsuki would just smile, telling Naruto that she'll always be by his side. And Naruto basically replies by saying, I will be by your side too. And anyways, now the two would walk away, as now we skip back to we go back to the Hokage's office, as Minato would say that, they've made the strides in their training. In the past 12 years, Menma and Mito, or in the past 8 years of training, as they started from the age of 4, Menma and Mito are now able to control 4 tails of the 9 toes. And the Hokage is like, wow, that's very impressive. But yet, that means that they're still weaker than the 8 tails Jinchuriki, are they not? Obviously, Krishna would say, yes, but that doesn't mean that they'll be weaker than him forever. They're only 12 years old. And Kakashi, would say, wow, at 12 years old, one of my students is already stronger than them. It's already stronger than me. That speaks a lot. Minato would actually, be wide-eyed, and he was like, wait, what? Someone stronger than you, Kakashi? And the Hokage would say, yes, there is someone that's 12 and stronger than Kakashi, but that's no one to be speaking about right now. So, Jiraiya, what have they learnt? Have they learned Sage Mode or anything? Anything similar to that? Jiraiya would say, well, I tried to teach Menma Toad Sage mode, although he wasn't really capable of mastering it. He does have some abilities with not he does have some experience with Sage mode, but his Sage mode is a bit weaker than his own one right now, so it's not perfect like Minato's. Jiraiya then would say, however, Mito is an amazing healer. She learned from the slugs themselves, as Tsunade would be proud, and she would continue by saying that Mito is already a Jonin level medic ninja, and she also can fight very well. And Jiraiya would say, Jiraiya would agree with that, and then Hiruzen would say, so Minato, I'm guessing you'll want your Hokage spot back by now, right? And Minato would say, yes, I'll be taking the Hokage spot again if you wouldn't mind. Well, Hiruzen would then say, it's about time I retire, as he would then stand up and look out to the village and say, I'll protect the Leaf Village for the rest of my life, as long as I'm alive, but you now need to take the mantle of Hokage and continue the job that I was meant to give up 12 years ago. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be back within a week, so you have a week to rest, and then you should be back. And Menma and Mito, and there is no team for them right now, as the teams have already been picked. Team 7 actually has 4 members. And then Kushina says, well, we could take one of their members and I could be their Jonin team leader, obviously. Well, then Kakashi would retort saying, no, my team is perfect. All of them trust each other, and they trust each other very well, a lot. They would give their own lives up. They would trust each other with their own lives in a battle. I'd rather not break the team apart, as they've just passed the bell test. Obviously, Kushina would say, but we need them to have a team as well. And Kakashi would say, well, they can be a 2-man team, right? After all, the 2 Jinchurikis of the Nine Tails, trained by the greatest shinobi ever, the 4th Hokage, and 2 of the Sannin, and obviously you as well, Kushina. Obviously, he did not use any honorifics except for the, Sannin and the 4th Hokage, because the 4th Hokage is the Hokage now, and Sannin are all the Sannins. But anyways, now Kushina is just a fellow Jonin with Kakashi, and Kakashi would call her Kushina-san or something like that, but obviously he would not now, because he's lost all respect for every one of them that's standing in front of him. Kakashi would then tell the 3rd Hokage that, now that he's free, he can continue his training, right? And Hiruzen would say, well, I can teach him a few things, since he has all 5 chakra natures, but not right now. Let him continue training with you and Team 7. Once his training is over there, and once he officially becomes a Chunin, as the Chunin exams will be held this year, then I'll continue his training and train him with and teach him all the things that I know. As Hiruzen would have a smile on his face, realizing that he can finally solely focus on Naruto's training, other than actually training him here on the side, or just giving the stuff to Orochimaru to then teach Naruto. He's actually quite happy that he can actually finally train his own grandson. Obviously, Konohama is someone that he wants to train as well, as he wants to make his actual grandson, his biological grandson, very strong, and he hopes he becomes as strong as Naruto one day. But anyways, now the next day, Team 7, obviously not the next day, Kushina would ask when Naruto would be situated, Naruto is located right now, as she wants to go see him, as then Hiruzen would turn back to them saying, well, Naruto is now officially Orochimaru's son, so as long as you guys can ask as long as you guys get his permission, then you can go visit him. Other than that, I have no power over allowing you to go see Naruto. Kakashi would actually want to see the reaction for this one. He was been waiting for this moment, and Kushina would start screaming, saying, what do you mean, he's our son? And then Hiruzen would actually get really pissed off, saying, it's been 12 years and every letter you guys sent me was about Menma and Mito. You never once asked how Naruto was. You never once gave him a birthday gift. You guys had more than enough money or enough resources to send him something on his birthday. Yet, all you were telling me in the letters was about the growth and the training of Menma and Mito. I'm not saying to not look after them, but you guys had an obligation as parents to at least ask how your other child was, yet you guys did none of that. Thus, I have no power over allowing you to go see Naruto. Naruto was adopted by Orochimaru the day you guys, a few weeks after you guys left. He's been looking after Naruto, training Naruto, and making him as strong as possible. He gave Naruto what you guys didn't, what you guys couldn't, what you guys should have, yet didn't. Thus, it's his choice. Orochimaru is currently out of the village. He should be returning within the next few days, maybe even tomorrow. But right now, you guys have no right to go see Naruto or anything, and I can't do anything about that. As then, Kushina would go to the third Hokage, try to pull him by the collar, but she would be stopped by multiple Anbu who actually had their swords or katanas to Kushina's neck by now. Minato would tell Kushina to calm down, as what she's about to do is a crime. He's still the Hokage right now. Anyways, now Minato would politely ask Hiruzen to at least tell him where Naruto lives, as he would at least want to know if he lives in a good area or anything. And then Hiruzen would actually reply by saying, he lives at my house, but you're not allowed to go see him right now. That's for sure. Obviously, what he meant by his house is that he used to live at his house, but not anymore. Naruto has moved with Orochimaru by now, as Orochimaru has become a good father, and that was all a lie, as Kakashi would then leave, and obviously the fourth Hokage and his family would go to their own home, their own compound. And anyways, now Minato realized that all these years they've never even thought of Naruto up until right at the end. It was only a few months ago where they just started realizing that Naruto was still one of their children, and they've never really thought of going to see him, visit him, send him a birthday gift. All this time Naruto has been alone, and just now they realized. Anyways, now Kushina was determined to go see Naruto, and she would actually go out and try and find him. His chakra signature should be very similar to theirs. She would go and try and find him, and she would actually find someone else out in the village right now with Suki. The two were actually going out to buy groceries as they were running low, and they were going to cook something nice today. Obviously, she would see the two members of Team 7 and ask Suki and the other guy that she doesn't know about yet. She also she doesn't know any of the two, and she asks what their name is. Suki replies by saying, my name is Suki Uchiha, whereas I'm not going to tell you his name. He's going to tell you his name if he wants to. Obviously, Naruto would say, my name is... Naruto would say, well, my father doesn't really have a surname, but my name is Naruto. Just Naruto. Kushina would realize that this is Naruto, and she would wonder what happened to him. Naruto seemed taller, first of all. He's already taller than his two siblings. He seemed more muscular than his two siblings. He seemed different, though. Naruto had black eyes and white hair, and she would ask what happened to Naruto, and Naruto says it's a long story, but he has no obligation to tell her about anything. As Kushina says that she's his mother and she has the right to know, and Naruto says, well, I have the right to tell you that you are not my mother. My mother left me when I was a child. She disowned me, thus I have no mother. All I have is a great father who's right now out of the village, and he was once known as one of the strongest of the three Sanin, and he still is, in my opinion, as the other two have been slacking training the two kids instead of training themselves with them. Obviously, Naruto had a bit of hatred towards all of them, but realistically, he really didn't care what they did and what they were gonna do. But he certainly did not want to get to know them or anything, or just spend time with them, as they didn't have the time to spend with him. Thus, he doesn't have the time to spend with them. Simple as. Naruto would then walk away with Suki, as Kushina would grab him by the shoulder, trying to stop him, but Naruto would shake her off, as he would then look back to her and give off the look. That's a look that said, look, you need to get away from me, do not ever talk to me ever again. And Naruto would then walk away, as Kushina would be devastated. She would get home and tell Minato that the white-haired boy that they saw was Naruto, and he's changed a lot. His eyes have changed color, his hair became white somehow. They don't know how, but it just did. As then Minato would question this, and he would actually go to the Hokage office that same night and ask him, and the Hokage would tell him, look, Minato, that's none of your business. That's very, very top secret information. It's an S rank secret, to be honest, and I can't tell you. Minato then says, well, I have a right to know. I'm the fourth Hokage. And the Hiruzen then says, well, you are the fourth Hokage, but you're not allowed to know. This is a family matter between my grandson and one of my students' children. Well, obviously, one of my students' child, not children. My English is not working, but anyways. And then, obviously, Minato would ask, what do you mean, grandson? And Hiruzen would explain, well, Minato, Orochimaru and Naruto lived with me for the first few years. For the first few years, you guys were gone, and Naruto has basically become my grandchild, and I consider him as my grandchild now. Thus, I don't want to tell you what transpired in his life and all the pain and suffering he had to go through. Naruto is a great kid, and he's gone through a lot of hardships in his life, but he's trained hard and become someone stronger than many Jonins already at the age of 12, and he could have been even stronger if he solely decided to train, but he decided to join the academy when he needed to at the age of 8, although he really didn't need to because he was already so strong, and he could have become a great shinobi by now with a lot of experience with Orochimaru. He decided to go and make friends and spend time with his friends during his youth, and we allowed it because we believed that those friends that he made were going to be lifelong friends. And now Naruto is who he is now. He's a great shinobi already. I know he's going to be a great shinobi, and I consider him as one of them already. He's going to be one of the strongest protectors of the leaf, although he doesn't really want to be Hokage as I thought he would want to be. But I guess he doesn't want to be someone like his father, his biological father. Minato would be taken aback by these words. They hurt him more than a sword cutting into his flesh. Minato would then ask, well, how strong is Naruto? Hiruzen didn't need to really hide this information from Minato, and he would say that, well, he's stronger than Kakashi, and Kakashi is on the level of Tsunade, possibly stronger than her by now. So I'd say he's already well above Jonin level. He's already Kage level in my opinion, as Orochimaru, Tsunade and Jiraiya all hold power to be amongst Kage. And Naruto has the snake summoning jutsu, being the latest snake summoner. And he's already, from what I've heard, he's already decided to learn the snake sage mode, something that even Orochimaru wasn't able to accomplish. But we both think Naruto is more than capable of mastering and improving on the sage mode of the snakes. He's already been accepted by Manda, the king of snakes, and he's already been accepted by his son, Aoda, one of the snakes that Naruto can summon. Aoda, in fact, never leaves Naruto's side. He's always somewhere in his clothes. He's never really been unsummoned for the past few years. He's always stayed here with Naruto. So Naruto probably is already in tandem with nature energy without even knowing it. So once he does start his Sage Mode training, it will be much easier than he initially thought it would be. That's what me and Orochimaru have thought would happen. But Naruto decided to hold off on the Sage Mode training, as he first wants to gain some experience in the shinobi world and begin his training when he's a Chunin. Well, officially a Chunin, although he should be a Jonin by now, and I would have given him the option to become one. But he said that he doesn't want to skip steps, and he'll work his way up there just like a regular person. He doesn't want any privileges. He's never been privileged in his life. Well, technically he has been privileged, but he doesn't want to take advantage of those privileges and skip steps that other people can't. Thus, Naruto decided to take the path of a regular person trying to become a shinobi and work up the ranks himself with his own power and with his own determination. Who knows? He might not be able to pass the tuning exams if it really came down to it. Maybe there's someone stronger than him out there, which I highly doubt. Minato would have been bombarded with information about Naruto, and he would be confused. He couldn't process all the information he's just heard. Naruto being able to summon snakes, he's able to use, well, he's already in tandem with nature energy without him knowing. And then he asks him, does he know anything from us? Any of our techniques? Has he learned anything that we left behind? Obviously, Hiruzen would sigh, saying, you guys never left anything behind for him. However, yes, he does know something from you guys. He's known the Rasengan for a while, and from what I've heard, he's already, well, mastered it and used the chakra releases on it, being able to change its shape and form and add all 5 chakra releases to it. All 5? Minato would ask it in confusion, and then Hiruzen would turn to Minato, saying, yes, he is the son of Orochimaru after all, and my grandson. All 5 chakra natures were mastered by Naruto at the age of 6. Well, by the age of 6. He's already had them for a long time, nearly a decade. He's going to be a greater shinobi than my own master, my own 2 teachers, the first and second Hokage. Now, also, Naruto has learned my sensei's signature technique, the Flying Thunder God. Obviously, the Flying Raijin has been improved by Naruto by now to a degree where even Minato couldn't improve it to, and Naruto also has sealing jutsus. As Orochimaru had provided Naruto with all the training he needed in seals, and Orochimaru could create a curse mark that was not that even, that he could literally revive himself from. So technically speaking, he is a seals master, and he was able to teach Naruto how to use seals, and Naruto is a seals master by now. And anyways, now Minato would go home that night and tell Kushina everything that he's found out about Naruto, and Kushina says that this is just the start of, this is just like basically a thin amount of information, not really too much information about Naruto. It's just a little bit of information that they know about Naruto, and they're so confused right now. They don't know what to think about it and how they should go around try to speak to Naruto, as Naruto seemed as if he had no intentions to speaking to them or anything. Anyways, now the next day would arrive as Team 7 would finally get their first mission, and they would easily be able to complete 5 D ranks in that day. Obviously, all of them were quite tired from chasing cats and doing like basic labor. And anyways, now Naruto would ask the Hokage if within a month, if they can complete over 100 D rank missions, can they get a C rank. Obviously, Naruto wouldn't just ask for a C rank. First, he would ask for a goal to achieve and then receive a reward, which would be a high rank mission. All of Team 7 would agree that they should do that, as now 100 D rank missions is more than enough, right? And the Hokage says, well, I was gonna say 50, but you said 100, so now you gotta do 100. Everyone would have just face palmed, realizing that they made a mistake, as they overestimated the amount of missions that they needed for a C rank, and the amount of D rank missions they needed for a C rank. And Kakashi would just laugh in the background, as he knew the reality of their plan, and he knew that they were overestimating what they needed. But that's good. If they overestimate the amount of work they need to achieve something, then it's even better than underestimating it or you just getting it on the dot. Because if they work harder for something and they didn't need to work as hard, they still receive that thing and even more things, basically. I'm not sure how to word it properly, but it's something that I did. But anyways, now obviously Team 7 within that 1 month would be able to complete 100 D ranks. However, the Hokage would no longer be the Hokage in the first week after their group, basically after the first week of them doing missions, as the fourth Hokage would already know about this information, and he would say that that's alright, and he would give the mission to Naruto's team. Before they could leave though, after meeting Tazuna, Minato does ask Naruto to remain back and stay back, and so he can talk to him, as Minato never really had a chance to speak to Naruto over this month except for this moment, as Naruto would always ignore him or just not listen to him. Naruto would stay back this time and would hear out Minato. Minato would ask Naruto how he's been over the years, and he apologizes. First of all, he apologizes for, not being there for him. And Naruto says it's too late for the apology. There's no need to apologize, as he's no longer his father in the first place. So what is there to apologize for? Obviously, Minato realizes that Naruto has already, he's already decided not to, be considered his child or anything. But anyways, now Minato does say that he's sorry, and he wants to know if Naruto would like to return to, his home. And Naruto says yes, he would like to return to his home, and his home is with Orochimaru, as Orochimaru is in the village right now, and he's actually very happy with Naruto's, the amount of D-rank missions that Naruto is doing within this month. Naruto and Team 7 have have well past their goal of 100. They're nearing the 200 mark. But anyways, now they've been doing over 10-15 D-ranks every day pretty much. But anyways, now that's too many, but I'll say about 8. You get me? Like in 10 days they get 80. Yeah, but anyways, now obviously the Team 7 would now be preparing, and Minato would ask Naruto if he would like to return to, Minato's family. And Naruto says he's just Naruto now. He's no longer an Uzumaki or a Namikaze, so he should stop trying, as there's no point of asking him to do stuff or asking him to return. It's way too late. Anyways, during this time, obviously, Menma and Mito have actually began their D-rank missions as well, as they've already done 2 C ranks because of them having using their privileges. As a 3-man team, obviously, it was a bit more like, should I give it to them? But Minato knew that there's 3 of them, well, his 2 children and his wife were more than capable enough of handling C rank missions, so they were already well into doing C rank missions. In fact, they were doing a C rank mission right now and returning from one. And anyways, now the day that they return, Naruto would actually be at the gate ready to leave with Team 7, as they would actually start leaving, and Kushina's team would actually walk by asking where they're going, and Kakashi replying by saying this is their first C rank mission and they're going to the Land of Waves. It's an escort mission. Obviously, Kushina would ask Naruto how he's feeling. This is his first C rank. Does he need anything? As Naruto would actually reply by saying to his team, "Let's get going, guys. There's no time to waste. The faster we finish this, the faster we get another C rank mission." Obviously, Team 7 would all agree, and they would all shout in unison, "Yes, sir." Obviously, just to piss off Kushina. Kushina would be taken aback by Naruto's attitude towards her, as she would storm off with her 2 children to the Hokage's office to give the mission report. Now, she would ask how Minato could give him such a hard C rank mission for his first C rank, as an escort mission could sometimes even, turn out to be more dangerous than a C rank, maybe even an A rank, which was very ominous. And obviously Minato says, well, that was the latest C rank mission, and actually only C rank mission right now. Anyways, now back to Team 7. Team 7 will actually meet the Demon Brothers and easily take them out. And obviously, Kakashi did not even think twice of taking the mission. He's like, well, you know what, they're all strong enough. Even Sakura, who's actually learned medical ninjutsu from Naruto, is already on the level of a Chunin in a medical ninjutsu, and her strength, Naruto has actually copied what Tsunade does by adding chakra to her punches and basically increasing the power of them. And Sakura is already physically stronger than a lot of Chunins thanks to Naruto's training, and Kakashi also helped her develop her 2 chakra natures, well, one of them, and the other one is still subtle, but he already knows about it, although she doesn't. She has both water and earth, but she only knows about earth release, and she uses it to actually be a defensive kind of a support type by creating mud walls and basically earth domes to protect her teammates. But that's what she likes doing. She mostly likes staying at the back and being the medic of the team, as there isn't a specific medic or one specific person who's dedicated to medical ninjutsu in the team, and Sakura took that mantle upon herself, obviously helping our Team 7 greatly, as now they don't really all need to learn medical ninjutsu. And anyways, now eventually they would meet Zabuza, as Kakashi would tell them to stay back, as this is very dangerous and he doesn't want his team to recklessly rush in. But anyways, as soon as he's caught in the not Asmers, but in the water prison, as he was caught off guard, Naruto would actually jump in with both by himself, as he tells his team that, you know, to stay on guard in case there's someone else, and to make sure to and he tells Sasuke to actually come and support him if anything happens. He allows he says that to Sasuke because he knows Tsuki actually has a Susanoo, so if somehow, you know, all three of them were to die, Sakura, Tsuki, and and Tazuno would be safe with Tsuki, obviously, because of her using her Susanoo, her perfect Susanoo, which she's capable of using not too many times, only once. Every few like only once, because it's very chakra draining. But anyways, now as she hasn't mastered it yet, anyways, Naruto and Sasuke create a plan, basically the same plan as in the original, and easily take care of Zabuza, obviously helping Kakashi out. And obviously in the end, Zabuza is actually taken away by Haku in the same way, as Kakashi is actually very tired from using his Sharingan, but they were taken to Tazuno's home. Anyways, now that is where I'm gonna end off. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs. This was the first part of what if Naruto was abandoned by his parents. And anyways, my darklings, you're all dismissed. Hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe, and peace.